a lady, and oh, there's three of us. People in the
Hey.
chat. Hello, viewers. So basically, all of my friends continue to die. Everyone has illnesses. Prices for everything is going up, and people are dropping like flies. So half of our crew for this game is just
People keep getting married.
yeah, kaput, as you say. Oh man, the marriages too.
Yeah.
It's just as bad. So we're here. We're
Sorry, I'm married, guys.
oh god
Yeah.
damn it! Why do I even do this show?
What?
It was all a ruse. Yeah, we're just kind of chilling. I put Mario in the hot seat. He's gonna run a game for us.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking flying by the seat of my pants. Let's
Yeah.
fucking go.
Say if you don't know the rules, I'd explain them, but they're only for the live stream, and there's like 3 people watching. So you can donate like one new guy watching the VOD. To you, it's a good thing you didn't donate. All right. I'm fucking ready. If you just want to set the stage, we can get into this. Let me see if I
Yeah,
can
all
get
right.
some background
Let's
music.
go.
I don't know. Well, I kind of know what you're playing, Logan, but I don't know
Oh.
what Chuck's playing.
Yeah,
Fucking,
I have
you
put
both.
all but 1 minute of thought into it. It's gonna go great.
I put
Oh, hell yeah.
two thoughts of a minute. Fucking
You both find yourself before the entrance of a ruin. You know the mission is or at least what you know that is at hand is a group of fucking orcs have settled in these ruins, and some people have been captured from a nearby village, and you have been tasked with rescuing them. Whether that is what you want to do or not is entirely up to you. Logan, describe your character.
okay, so we're here to rescue a bunch of villagers from some nasty orc raiders and slavers. I assume they're probably doing some nasty stuff to these people. I am a 9 foot tall lich skeleton lord. I am draped in purple. My like skull and everything is painted completely black with like gold flecks and engravings. He looks fucking sick. Like he's got this massive mega mind. What's that thing called? Collar?
Oh,
I
that
guess?
fucking flaring collar kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Cowl?
He's got that.
Is that what it's called? A cowl?
No,
I think a
that's
cowl
what it's
goes
called.
like.
Yeah, a cowl is just a hood. No,
Yeah.
he's like fully on display like a fucking bust. He is immaculate and over detailed. He's got this massive scepter, and he's joined by who?
Okay. Well, I'm called Farmer Johnson, and I'm just a simple man who just one day my town got invaded by a bunch of daggum orcs, and now I'm just like, well, someone's got to do something about this. So I've been marching down here with my local pitchfork and frying pan, and I'm going to fry me up some orcs if I have to, because dadgummit, I ain't running this village alone. I got farm hands I got to get.
Is
Farmer
it
Johnson and his friend Dendar the Destroyer.
Dendar? Is that what we're going with? Is that an existing character?
That's up to you.
All right.
Dendar is
it
a thing in D&D.
Oh,
He's a night serpent.
Colossal serpent. Yeah. All right. Jim
Okay.
Lawrence, you were
But,
correct. This is the main theme of Neverwinter. If you want to
Oh,
throw a
fuck yeah.
character name my way, I'll take it. Doesn't matter. I'm just a big lich. Name me something. So
Fuck, what would be a good lich name? But yes, fucking. I'm stuck picturing like what the interaction was. Is like, it is like, you find yourself in this town. You would have like, I'm assuming just shown up as in the wake of this. So people are like,
Yeah.
please, won't anybody help my poor daughter? She's been abducted by these nasty orcs. And all of a sudden, this fucking giant skeleton is in the crowd.
just I'll do it. So
I'll
I
do it.
friend the oh my god, friend the lich. That's his name.
Friend of the lich.
Yeah, so I walk into this town with my green PS, and it's an infuriating device to use because every time it blips and it finds something that is green on the map, the color is green. So it's the most miserable device I have ever had the pleasure of using. And I show up to this town with my greenometer just going crazy.
There is an excessive amount of green in that direction. It's like,
There's like trees everywhere. There's grass. It's just a green
There's-
screen. It's
there's this rhythmic boop 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 coming from the fucking from the greenometer, and like it's like the moment you put it in that direction, it goes boop 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 boop, boop, like just very quickly.
Color green.
Oh God, what is that?
It's my greenometer. It shows me the color green.
Oh, okay. I wasn't okay. All right. Like this guy, like he's. It's not even like a thing of they're like, oh, could you please help us? It's just more like you just also show up, and he's freaking out, and he's like backing up. Other people are backing out of your way, and valiant Farmer John over here is heading over towards the ruins, I assume. And
Yeah, I'm already just like when I went through town for like just an average morning stroll. I just see everything's in disarray. I'm like, dad blam it, it's the goddamn orcs again.
The
All right.
orcs, the green ones. I will assist.
You hate orcs?
I hate them.
I just
Insects.
instantly raise my hand in like just the predator handshake.
Oh. He reaches out and he genuinely, like, his skeleton has grown to a massive degree. So when I say he's like 9 feet tall, his fingers are like spiders. And
He is kinda like a
wraps
Necron.
these skeletal bony fingers around your hand.
Then we have it.
You see an unfazed farmer as getting a good look at Farmer Johnson. He's just this old, raggedy man with kind of leathery tan skin from being in the sun all so long. He just has a pair of coveralls on with long johns on under it.
I see you are a man of the blue collar. What is it
Yep.
that you
Well, I got me a turnip farm. I like me some turnips. I also raised me a few horses just because I like them.
do? We shall discuss this later. We have orcs to kill.
He like looks
Indeed.
over and he sees the little tops of the radishes. They're green. He would spit if he could. Yeah.
Green!
you've been cursed with this thing just always on your person.
I was just
so, it's stupid.
yeah. I just
So-
go over.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
just pull out of my deep coverall pockets a pitchfork and throw it over my shoulder. Like, well, let's get it going.
That is a powerful weapon. You can kill 3 rats at once with it.
I've gotten like 2 before, but yeah, 3 would be a good shot.
I shall teach you how to destroy things when we return.
Ah, wonderful. I'm no stranger to destroying varmint, though. I assume an orc won't be too much different, will it?
We'll find out.
Yeah. So you guys venture on forward, find yourself at the foot of these ruins. Of which
The greenometer is my phylactery.
I just want it to be silent.
it was the only thing that you could find at the like. It was like as you're going through the lichdom process, it's like fuck, I forgot the item for the phylactery or something happened to it, and it's like oh shit, what's the first thing I can get? And you get that, and now you're stuck with it.
But
Useless.
that could actually be the terms of also your phylactery is somehow it's set to where you can only be destroyed by something green.
I live in fear of any Shrek DVD.
Someone throw this
There you
Shrek
go.
DVD at you like it's a shuriken and you just disintegrate.
All right. So where are we wandering?
So you find yourselves at the foot of these ooky spooky little ruins. You see this. It is this entrance that is beginning to go into a rock surface. So it is like up in the distance you can see a bit more of this structure that is kind of jutting out, but there is this entrance that just starts to go inward, and you can see like these fine etchings that have like moss growing over them and shit, and you see like just this dark corridor stretching forward. You do not immediately see anything else,
Okay.
but like you can tell that people have been here. There's like things that have been left in the front. There's like footprints that are like moving through.
Okay.
How you wish to proceed is up to you.
Well, firstly, obviously, I have to turn the moss white.
Yes, that's very fair.
I approach
You,
the moss.
How do you do this? Like, what does it look like when you're like just?
So, he's got this massive scepter. I don't. Chuck, what does it look like?
Okay, what it looks like, it literally looks like it's a big, long, gnarled scepter with the head of it carved in the shape of Farquaad's head.
little Lord Farquaad. So, yeah, I hold. This
When you
little-
use it, the jaw unhinges and it just all the green.
I was literally gonna say, yeah, his little jaw opens like a Pez dispenser, and this gas flows out, and it like turns all this moss just like a sickly pale white.
Chloroform.
Sure.
Farquaad goes,
That's a handy trick you got there.
It comes in handy very often.
We do things a little differently in our town. I've never been much of the magic caster, but I'm what they call farm boy strong, and that's always got me through a few little tussles here and there.
I see. I suppose we shall come to witness your power. But now,
and he pulls out his greenometer again. As he's going, he's like,
it won't be silent.
keeps looking around.
As this
steps, yeah.
as this noise starts to echo out, it's almost like this thing of, you've heard it kind of muffled as you've been moving forward, but as he pulls it out of its pocket, it really starts to just resonate against the walls, and you hear it just echoing out. And as this happens, off in the distance, you hear this just far off, and you
Wait a
hear
minute.
like shuffling movement.
Live.
That's either a piggy or a man forced to squeal like a piggy. Neither are pretty sights.
In life, I was once forced to do this in a very pretty environment. Stories are for later.
And then he'll like hold up his little Farquaad, and his jaw unhinges, and it shoots out like it looks like a dust mote, but it glows, and it just like slowly, very slowly, like 2 feet every minute goes forward.
We will illuminate.
Wait, so what is this?
I'm just
It's-
casting like a really slow light spell to try and like see.
Oh, okay. So a little. You see like this. There's like this fume of the green moss that has been collected before, and the light slowly fades out into this bright white, and this little illuminating light starts to slowly kind of meander its way forward. And as it starts to do so, and you start like turning around this corner following this light, and it starts to head out like maybe I'll say like maybe like a good 20 feet ahead of you as it starts to illuminate the room.
Okay. So it's been like
Often
10 minutes.
yeah.
Okay.
And like throughout this whole time, just like muffled again, it's just
We're just completely silent. It's extremely awkward. It's the full length of a TV show.
you see these glistening eyes off in the distance, just kind of looking at you. It's like that animal like reflection back coming from the light. You can tell that there are figures watching you.
Farmer John, what say you?
I say we give him a good old rough and tumble to show him not to mess with my town or be green in your general vicinity.
It is inadvisable at best.
And then I just staring at these like, hey, You varmints, get out of here. You orcs, come out here and
Step
put your dukes up.
forward, green creatures.
And he slams his little Farquad rod into the ground.
The moment you start speaking out, you hear these loud as these like big fucking orcs start like coming out. You see they have these big like piggy noses, and they have like these fucking massive tusks that are coming out. And they have like one of them has an axe at the ready. Like they have these two little hand axes, but one reels the hand axe back and he fucking tosses it hard as fuck towards fucking friend here.
Yeah.
What would you like to do as you notice there is now an axe flying straight at you?
I just like prepared to take it full brunt because I didn't see it coming. It's just like,
These aren't regular orcs, they're porks.
and then
They're still green, but they're
pig orcs. He calls them pork.
yeah, they're piggy little orcs.
They're
But yes, you're right.
Ganondorfs.
I
Cannon
take
door.
it full force. Am I at like a disadvantage?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Fucking give me roll me 2d6.
Yeah, okay.
fucking.
To see how much of a negative I get.
Mhm,
So, what was I rolling against? How much of a negative is this going to give me? Like an
I'll say
easy
negative
1 or 2.
2. I'll say 2.
Fuck. Okay. Yeah, I took it completely full force. I got a 4. So it's
Oh,
just,
shit.
like, embedded in my head. Just, ah.
This axe flies at you, and thankfully it doesn't like straight go into you. You just feel like it flies and it thumps the flat end thumps you hard on the head, but you feel like a crunch, kind of like you hear like a slight crunch at the tip of your dome, and like you feel like this tall, slender body kind of rocks back.
Yeah, he like.
And you kind of tumble a bit. You see the axe clink away. The other orc, as this is happening, is rushing towards you, Farmer John, and he is going to attempt to just like dive straight at you. What would you like to do?
Thanks for hanging out, Wedrin. We'll see you later.
Okay.
even though you're-
Yeah, thanks for coming by.
Gotta
All
interact
right.
with the chat more. These are cool people.
Yeah. I would like to roll up my sleeves and assume my power defensive horse stance and use my beer gut as a defense.
Use your what as a defense?
My beer gut.
Oh, he's got a beer
All
gun.
right, yes, you can
The picture
roll
of
me
Farmer
2d6.
John becomes clearer. It's just like this really far out back, like hillbilly. It doesn't.
I'm picturing
Shine.
the fucking dude from Dragon Ball Z, like the first episode, the farmer. It's just like the guy with the shotgun.
I'm picturing like Larry the Cable Guy hanging out with a lich.
That's a fair. Get her done.
Get her done.
I don't care who you are, that's funny right there.
Foxworthy, you lost some weight. I rolled a
What'd you
6. Do I
You
get any
rolled a 6.
modifiers to that?
Oh yeah, modifiers.
Mm,
Beer gut, that's 1.
beer gut. I'll give you a +1.
Then he gets a
Yeah.
partial
Fucking-
success.
Partial success. How does it work? Is it 6 and then it's like
Yeah, so 1 through 6 is just a complete failure. 7 through
Okay.
9 is a partial success, and 10 and above
Okay.
is an absolute success.
Okay.
Technically, with your modifiers, if you get above 12, we can play with dynamite, where you just get really good shit. If you have like +3 and you roll a 10 too.
Mhm. So, Farmer John,
Yeah.
you're country strong. You have a powerful bod. You feel like this slam of this orc, his like fucking his tusks don't pierce you, but you feel this hard thud slam into your stomach. But you're also, as he's slamming into this like fat belly, he also feels hard like abs underneath the fucking like fat. And
Body
it's
by
just
moon
like,
pie.
yeah. It's this thing where you kind of slide back, you're able to still stand, and you kind of recoil a bit, but this orc also like slides back, and he's like standing on his feet, and he has this look on his face of just like, what the fuck just happened? And in this moment, you guys are able to act. What would you like to do? There is this stunned orc standing before you, and this other orc is still like running forward, trying to get closer.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll try and retaliate to the guy who hucked that axe at me.
Yeah.
There's like a row of buttons along this knurled stick, and I hit one. And you know when they arrive in what's Farquaad's place?
Dulot.
Oh, come on.
Dulot, don't. I can't
Oh,
believe I remember that. It's
Duloc,
called
Duloc.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
What's-
like the
holy shit.
like the little puppets in the intro, they're like singing the Duloc song. It sings like a green, green, go away, come again another day, and it like fucking tries to eat his soul as it's singing.
roll me 2d6.
Okay. They get any modifiers?
Give me a +2 on top of that because this is what you're good at.
I just rolled another 4, so that's still 6.
It's a failure.
We could just say that the song like takes too long.
Green. It starts to like power up, and this orc is running forward with his axe. And the moment he hears the song, he seems confused and somewhat scared. And he kind of like has this moment of, you see the energy kind of building up, and you see like little sprinkles of green slowly coming off of him, and it like freaks out, and you hear this as it like just like leaps back, and it's like it has this moment of like, what the fuck? What was
They
that?
tried to take my green.
he's trying to take my green. Farmer John, what are you doing?
All right. So now seeing him stunned, he's like, I will now fully roll up my sleeves to where I'm just like in coveralls, just showing off these fairly sized arms, not just big, not really defined muscles, but I just I pull out of one of my trusty coverall pockets a whole frying pan, two-handing it, saying,
Wow. That's a deadly weapon.
I was like, I've fried bigger slabs of meat than you for breakfast. And just
give me 2d6. It's a straight roll.
that is a 6. Do I get any modifiers to that?
The
I mean-
is the star.
I'll give you a +1 on that because
Yay.
you are fucking, this is your tools that you've worked with regularly. Fucking, so you're partially successful. You slam against his head, and he seems slightly dazed, but he's kind of coming back quicker than you would assume. Like it's this moment of, he gets slammed on the side of the head with a frying pan, but he gets ready to like throw a swing at you. He's just full on trying to deck you this time. Give me 2d6. How would you like to handle this? There is like a fucking just full on fist coming straight. You see him like get ready to just strike.
Okay, so can't really do the beer gut method again. So I am going to see if I can catch it with my frying pan.
Okay. Yeah.
Just full on bang.
That's
+1 to this.
Oh, 5. Dang it, I eat that.
5. You you try to deflect it with your frying pan, and you feel the full force just like, not only you're like, it's much stronger than you were expecting, and you feel this hard thud. It just slam against the frying pan and you fall on your back as this orc is standing over you. Friend, you watch this happen as like, this is close by to you as well. Like I'd say like in about like 5 foot kind of vicinity. You watch him tumble back as this orc stands over him, like beginning to get closer.
Farmer John, don't die on me. Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Immediately, the little mote of light that's like behind the guy that I'm fighting, that's just like 20 feet away, it's been absorbing power this whole time. So I'll snap my fingers and it's gonna detonate. Hopefully blowing up the other guy, the one that I'm still fighting. Okay, that is a static 7.
Static 7?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. It pulsates this beam.
Actually, no, do I have a -2? So, I'm fucked.
Wait, why do you have the -2 or what was
I got bonked in the head.
No, that doesn't have to do with this one.
Okay,
like
yeah,
you took
you
the
could say, yeah, I cast a spell before this. So,
Mhm.
all right, big.
Yeah. So it's partial success. There is this blast that fires out. It is your green collection beam,
Okay.
and it kind of like echoes throughout the middle of the hall, and you watch as this like energy beam fires out. It is white, and it slowly begins to shade into green as you see like the opacity of green on this orc go to like 50%. Like it's like you watch him like slowly get paler, and at the same time you watch like the muscle mass on him also slightly shrink as you hear this as he like starts to just take energy out. It starts to absorb this energy out of him as you watch this ball
Give
just
me the green.
My
watch
God,
this
you
ball-
desaturated him.
you watch this ball like pass through the hall. That rhymes. And it fucking it like absorbs the green from the other orc as well, as it also starts to like slowly shrivel up.
Hauling it forward. Like,
And the ball like does like this quick loop around the orc. It drains him even further. Like he's like at 40% compared to the other guy.
okay.
And it like quickly sucks back, and the Farquad just goes and just sucks the ball back up into the staff.
It's like the Iron
These
Man
orcs
suit.
seemed
Green at 120%.
it's like the Farquad eyes light up, and he goes, ha ha.
He gets that little boner from that one scene.
Show me the princess.
Show me the princess.
John, Farmer John, you're laying on your back. These two orcs have withered in their green. How would you like to proceed?
Well, while I'm on the ground, I will assume my defensive position and the reflexes kick in, and I will mud wrestle this orc to death.
Ooh. You're powerful.
in this process that like the green has like gone out, this orc has like broken into like a flash sweat. It is like it's kind of like not only has the green been not only has he been desaturated, it is kind of like degreened. In that same like sense of the muscle mass going down, he's also lost some water weight, and he just kind of like expels it off of him, and it causes this mud to kind of form at the ground because of the dirt that's there, and your instincts kick in. I will add a +2 to this roll since you have like this is your territory now. This
Technically,
you're powered by the
I'm in
mud.
a mud pit,
But
just
that
the
is-
way I like
that
it.
is pretty close to how necrotic magic works. Like if you think about like all the ways that necrosis specifically works, it's just like it dehydrates people. Just drains the water.
It's just draining you. What'd you get?
12.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I rolled a 10
you
base.
success-
Daggum.
This fucking orc is he's at half power. He's in your territory. You quickly swivel, like you do this quick like shoulder swivel on your back, and you get to your feet immediately. You grab him from like the back of his leg and over his shoulder. Like you like kind of pull him over your shoulder, you lift him up and you slam him into the ground. You have him pinned. You hear this loud as he's like flailing around. And friend, you watch Farmer John over here just tackle this orc to the ground. How would you like to proceed as you see this other orc just watching as he's like realizing, oh shit. Oh,
I knew
shit.
you could handle this.
And he like spins his staff a couple times and like slaps it on the ground. It falls out of his hands. He almost loses it, and then he points it at the pork orc, and he is going to shoot a purple beam to try and turn the orc completely purple.
Yeah, all right. Go for it.
Oh,
Become-
you ass!
What'd you get?
I might need to take like a short break and get some actual dice because Google's not been kind. I got a 3 minus 2. I got 1.
Oh.
What happened?
Ah,
to my
I see.
purple beam?
Your purple beam. You blast this beam out. The orcs. What?
No.
Let me see. I don't know what to classify this as, but unbeknownst to friend, he's colorblind, and what he sees is green is actually red. His greenometer is actually a redometer.
Wait, so even blood? I'd be like pissed off at blood, right?
Yeah, everywhere you fucking go, you just see green.
Wait, so then I wouldn't like hate trees and stuff, right? Because are they still green?
Actually, that's also interesting. This brings a really interesting point too. I would add on top of this that this hallway feels very cold. Due to the moss being red.
Oh fuck. Interesting. Okay.
But yes, you fire this.
Oh, then I would hate radishes, not because of the top, but because of the bottom. That's so dumb.
Fucking. I don't know what the fuck purple would be if your color.
Green and red are backwards. Okay, I'll let you play with that. I'll be back in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But my purple ray misses. It's not related to the two. Just figure out what is red and what is green to me.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me take a look at color blindness for a second. Color blindness.
It's a good thing I'm a hillbilly, not a redneck, or I'd be in trouble.
You can't see the red element of the color purple, so it just looks blue.
Oh, that's interesting.
Similar problems.
Really should know
It's
more.
a separate
my
wavelength.
That is. Oh, that's a. I love he made the most simplest weird background thing and literally got flipped on him.
Yeah, right. I'm looking it up right now. Red and green color blind person will confuse blue and purple because they can't see the red element of the color purple. So it does look the same.
Interesting.
It's in a bad mood, maybe. It also, infrared also fucks him.
What if he put him on infrared goggles and just like had an aneurysm?
Sorry to have vanished. Okay, so it seems like what he wanted is just color like flops, like opposites.
Okay. All right, then I'll take that. Then purple is fine then.
Yeah, purple's normal. So everything that is green is red, and everything that is red is green. So yeah, I'm still scared of radishes. I don't like blood, and I guess these are red goblins.
Yeah, these are red orcs. These orcs are like so from Farmer John's perspective, you would have seen like these red orcs just like get this like desaturated as well. They're just like lower in opacity. This purple beam fires out. This orc is like, he has this moment where he's in fear for his life, and his life flashes before his eyes, but he realizes that he wants to live, so he does this quick like head swivel and like gets the fuck out of the way. He's going to attempt to run. Farmer John, you have this guy pinned. What would you like to do?
All right. I want to just full on I'll do this. I want to pull out my handy rope out of my out of one of my pockets and just hog tie him, just so he can't get away.
Yeah, all right. Roll me 2d6. See how well you can do this as he's like resisting against you, trying to fight you.
We'll go full rodeo on him.
It's +2 because this is again in your wheelhouse.
7.
7. Yeah, okay. You're able to hog tie him. One of his hands is able to slip free, or not his hands, but one of his feet. One of his feet is able to slip free. He's like still stuck in this, but he's like kicking and just kind of trying to get the fuck out of here. He's just letting out this wail, and you hear this echoing as it's like just going down the hall, and this other fucking orc is trying to run. You just hear these echoing squeals go out. Friend, what would you like to do?
No one escapes my finger of ultimate death.
And instead of like an actual finger of death, his little bony finger pops off and is gonna try and fly into the orc's butthole.
Starfinger!
This works. I'm not doing well. Okay. That is a 7.
This is 7. Okay. This fucking finger flies out. You hear it flies into the back of his skull.
His hand like that.
This finger. This finger flies into the back of his skull. He is not killed by it, as it is a partial success. Oh, where are you aiming for? Oh, oh my god! You successfully fucking fly the finger straight into him. You hear a you hear a loud pop go out, and you hear and it just like fucking trips and flops forward onto the ground. He lies in complete shock, defeated, like Family Guy prop falls onto the ground.
I was thinking like Raccoon from Dragon Ball, where literally the back of his pants were ripped open.
Oop.
Victory.
And then he starts bleeding and it's all over.
He is still partially green, but he is left
That makes a lot of sense. If I'm like a necromancer who hates green, all I do is get rid of red. Sorry, tangent.
That was actually what I was thinking. I wonder if that's how you became this way. You just removed all your blood, and this is how you had to survive.
No, my original idea was to have this stupid background lore where I'm really mad at my mom for like feeding me vegetables. I didn't want like greens didn't make me big and strong. It was like magic that was, but now I just don't like blood. I'm a hemophobe.
Man, I had a dark fan theory. I was assuming like your original person was dying of gangrene, and when you transferred to lichdom, it just manifested in this twisted wave. You hate all green.
No, I just hated vegetables, but not anymore. Now I
hated.
I'm like a lich bull.
When you went through lichdom, you were cursed with color blindness. And that's what's caused.
It's transferred it, so I'm like, I live in a world where green is different.
Everywhere green, everywhere I see, it's green. You fucking You're successfully able to stop this orc. Farmer John, you have this other orc pinned as he's trying to kick free, but he's been weakened and he's just really struggling to do anything right now. You guys have heard like this echoing squeal that went out, and you have like you get the sense that there might be more people coming. You hear like distant like chatter going down this corridor. What would you guys like to do as you have like these two orcs here?
Okay. So what I'd like to do is, do I hear more coming right now?
Not immediately. It's more like you just hear like distant.
All right. I want to use some nature survival tactics that I may have may not used at one point in my life, and I'd like to take the rope and hook him around a stalactite and just hoist him up in the air and just hold him back in the ceiling and use him like one of the log traps where I just drop him and
that guy.
Fucking.
Then
How?
yeah, just alongside that, I guess we could roll at the same time. But like, is the orc that I have my loose finger in still alive?
He's still alive. He's just like, he's been weakened.
Okay.
He's been fingered. He's
Can I like puppet him?
Like, you do what I say,
you
or Greenie gets fingered.
you collect you manifest the energy of your staff, and there is this like sudden glow that comes from Farquaad, and you see this resonating glow come from the eyes of the orc, and you see him shamble up to his feet. You feel him in your control.
Okay.
Farmer John says, I don't feel too comfortable with this right now. This has gotten a little weird for me.
You're hog-tying a man and making him float. We're dealing with different kinks, but we're winning a war.
Mine's more of a life and death game thing. I'm not really into tying other people up.
Well, to each their own.
I'm not trying to kink shame here. Just
Yeah,
Farmer John just turns away. Just like dabbling city folk.
You have enough time as you're doing this. You're able to prepare your little trap. There is this. Do you muffle him at all, or do you leave him to like still like squawk and squeal?
Oh yeah, I muffle him. That was a good point.
No. Yeah. Okay, so you like muffle this guy. He's propped up against like this section of the wall. There's like parts of these ruins where there's somewhat of a shelf, but he's also kind of like teetering how you have him tied up. So he's like ready to go once you activate your trap here, and or however you have it set up. What is like the trigger of this? Do you yourself activate it, or does something else cause it to swing?
I'm gonna lay a rope along the bottom of the cave, tie it between two little stalactites, just to where when someone runs through, they'll trip it and it'll pull him off of it and send him hurtling into him.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so you're able to set up this trap. Are you guys choosing to hide here, or are you
Yeah, I guess we'll like I don't know what's the scenery of the area, I guess, because there's stalagmites, there's like cobbled moss stone.
To add like a little bit to this, I will say the section that you guys have moved out towards, while originally it just kind of looked like this dark corridor, and now that your eyes have adjusted somewhat, you can see some moonlight at this point kind of coming off from the side. There are these columns, and there is like a small section of like grass and some bushes and trees off to the left of this corridor,
and they're all
that
like,
are kind of
like safely red, right? It's not autumn. They're not green yet.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, I'll say yes. Yes, it's like odd, like they're not green yet. It's
I
just
fall when everything turns green.
yeah, exactly. It's the worst.
Yeah.
And it turns yellow too. Fucking but it's just...
Farmer John just kind of like, city folk, I swear they don't.
What?
Even
There's a
know.
lot going on here. I don't understand. I don't want to.
So yeah, there's like some rhetoric off to the side, and fucking so there's that, and then there's like just the corridor going out and the section behind where you guys were originally coming from.
Okay, so I would think if it sounds like they're coming, and we've kind of got this like set up. Those columns that you mentioned, I want to like hide behind one, almost like statuesque, and then I want the orc to like hide behind another column, and I'll just remind him like,
Do not think of the future. the miserable truth I can enact at any moment is going to come much sooner if you disobey.
It seems like while it's in this trance kind of state, it just gives this light kind of nod, or this deep nod, I should say.
Like
and
only
fucking,
his eyes are just like bloodshot, horrified.
Yeah.
Green
eyes
I
just
should
fucking
say.
opened, and it
Yeah.
just fucking like gives a nod, and it leans back against this column.
We wait for them.
And you know, I'll
As
have,
you
like,
guys-
Farquaad's like jaw open, and then fog slowly pours out into the air.
Okay, so this fog begins to creep in. Farmer John, what are you doing as you're waiting for these orcs to come through?
Okay, so what I would like to do is pulling out of my trusty coverall pockets, I pull out an entire a gallon of lard, and I would like to pass the area where they're going to the trip tie is. I'm going to pour the lard out on the ground to where it's going to be a big slippery grease trap if they go past it.
Nice.
Fucking okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah.
You have your magic, I have my ways.
Fucking so as this starts to as you guys basically prepare this,
Yeah.
and you guys slink back and wait for them to come, there is this moment where they start you hear like these heavy footsteps, and you hear like these squeals coming through, these big, you feel like the ground kind of rumble because these are big motherfuckers that are like just rushing straight forward. They are just bolting ahead as you hear a sudden like slicking movement. You see this brilliant green glow that is coming from them as they have their torches at the ready.
Oh,
And,
fuck, yeah. Oh,
They like, because they have like these torches like lighting their way, they're moving forward quickly, and all of a sudden you hear this slick movement as one of them slips back. He slides straight into this rope. This heavy thud is heard as this body slams into him. He drops his torch, and you start to hear these loud squeals as this roasted pork starts to waft out as these two orcs covered in grease and like green flame coming off of them from Friend's perspective. It is just this you just hear is like these flames are like going out. You watch like 3 other orcs down the corridor start freaking out too. You hear these fucking squeals going on. What are you guys doing?
So yeah, I'll like step out from behind the column and hold up my Farquaad stick, and it'll like open its jaw and recite something. It's just like,
Give me the green.
and then immediately like all the fucking the fire in the area just gets absorbed into the staff, or it's going to try to do that at least.
Yes.
2d6. I'm going to. I think this would just give me like power. So that's.
Mhm.
Am I still disabled from the head wound, or have I
No,
recovered?
I'm gonna say no.
So then
Okay.
that is a flat 7. Bonuses wouldn't get me anywhere.
Okay, so there is this absorption that starts to come in. You immediately absorb this flame. The 2 that were on fire are no longer on fire, but they're like at this point they're like just incapacitated on the ground. There is this fucking sudden waft as like the green that you see is just sucked out of the area, and like 20% of the opacity from these other guys have been absorbed out, and it's just like you see them like slowly like become more desaturated as they're trying to like block themselves from this sudden Farquaad suck that is going on, and you just hear like this loud as like it just stops, and these orcs are like they kind of like see, at least they immediately see Friend who has popped out here and done this.
9-foot tall skeleton.
Yeah, this 9-foot tall skeleton. One of them's just gonna try to rush at you. Give me
Oh,
2d
yeah,
2d6.
face danger, it's called.
Yeah.
Snake eyes, dude.
Yo.
I didn't
There
get
is-
dice, I'm stupid. Google just hates
You-
me.
You immediately grab this Farquaad like staff back in your hand, and one of these more daring orcs decides, "Fuck it, I'm rushing," and he starts running through. You feel him hard slam into you as he gives you this fucking lariat, like it's like full like bicep slam into you, and you fall onto the ground. Farmer John, you see this. What are you doing?
Oh. What I am doing is they're getting closer and closer, and the fire's coming out. I emerge from my hiding point as as the mud pit moves. As you see, I have buried myself in it and emerge, a pitchfork in hand.
He's like the creature from the Black Lagoon, just a mud.
he's absorbed the power of mud. He's indiscernible to the colorblind.
Two of the five
Brown.
major forces in this world: mud and green.
So what are you
Yeah,
attempting to do here?
I emerge, pitchfork in hand, just yeah.
Yeah, fucking hit him. Give me 2d6 and you get a +2 because you were this is a surprise attack.
Okay, that's a 10.
That is a 10. Okay, what was that? Was that like a
10 is just an absolute success. So there's no
absolute
there's-
success?
Yeah.
You fucking skewer like hard prod into this guy as your objective to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
Mhm.
there's this quick moment where when you rise out of the fucking mud like the creature of the Black Lagoon, he like swivels around and sees you after he threw friend onto the ground. You watch as this orc just gives this quick and like suddenly the pitchfork stabs into him, like middle one into his throat, one into like his face, and like the other one just into his lower section, and it goes straight through as you give a quick prod and pull out, and you watch him like grab at himself, kind of fumble. You watch the green start to ooze out of him, and he just plops face down onto the ground. Like the other two orcs look freaked out. Friend, you're on the ground. What would you like to do?
I'll like prop myself up on my Farquaad staff and like slowly pull myself up. I might have like a broken rib or something. And I look at this guy who's oozing green, and I have a flashback to the moment when I became a lich. And I remember.
Oh no.
Let's build this halfway. So I am wounded. I am pouring like oozing red blood out of my chest. Who has killed me?
A goblin.
Okay. a little like completely green goblin, like perfect Shrek colored, maybe even darker. Yeah, and he's like standing on my chest, and he glares at me, and I clutch in my hand a Farquaad staff, and as its jaw opens like a Pez dispenser again, it clamps on my finger. Everything changes. The green turns to red. I turn to undead.
You would watch as well, like in this moment you watch the green goblin suddenly turn red. In that moment you thought that he had somehow like also changed. And it just is like this moment where you're able to overtake him.
Yeah,
but from then on
weaker to me. Like green
yes.
was too powerful at that point, but when he turned red and my blood turned green, I became him. And immediately, like
you absorbed him.
we flash back to this pool of green blood, and there's like weird, like visceral horror in the skeleton's eyes. And he like waves his staff over the pool of blood. Immediately, it becomes white as he sucks color out of it. He's going to try, and there are two left.
Yes.
Okay, he's gonna try and just like blast straight, like plasma at them, pretty much.
Give me a +2 as you're fully charged.
Okay, fully charged with green. I don't even know I'm a lich. I'm just gathering blood. God. Okay, I'm not taking that. I'm gonna get some d6s. Hold on.
Yeah, go right.
Oh my gosh. character dynamic.
Farmer John and his friend, the
Google,
friend.
I'm filing a complaint. There we go. I rolled a fucking 6 and a 5.
Oh,
Eat shit.
Oh.
That's explosive. Yeah.
baby.
So I
What is it? What
succeed.
is it? What does it do when it fucking explodes? Is it like just fucking?
Oh, it doesn't. Exploding is a whole different system, but this is a dynamite, so it's above 12.
Oh, dynamite.
With the +2,
Mm.
so I get absolute success. So I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just, do you want to describe it?
There is. Yeah, sure. I could describe it. It's you fire this fucking purple beam that flies out, and not only does it like blast through these two orcs, it's like this quick moment where they're trying to run away, but they perfectly align, and you just fire straight out into them. In this same moment as this beam fires out, it's like that like reverse reverb fart where it just kind of like it fucking like it goes out and it goes and it like sucks back in, and you immediately turn them pure white as like you absorb the green that is on them.
Let's say purple.
And
Let's say purple. That doesn't feel right.
it like, well, it's more like they themselves are like, this is like you have completely removed the color from them. They've been left drained
And
as like the
gray.
purple like
I don't want
the
any
purple,
fucking
like-
subtle messages here.
they fucking completely get absorbed, and you feel like energy flow back into you. Those cracked ribs start to form back, and you feel like healthy again.
Mm.
The destruction of the green.
That's it's pretty interesting there, friend. I say as I'm literally covered head to toe in mud.
Fucking, what do you guys like to do?
Okay, is that all the?
Yeah, we won.
Yeah, we won. So it's like I just kind of shake like a dog, and all the mud just starts flying off of me. And it's like, well, now we need to go in further and see what else waits us in this pit of pigs here.
I
You could
just
say.
I'm like walking around the battlefield, just wafting up all the pigments from the blood and like the moss.
Mm.
Right, you do that.
You absorb their green, charging up your staff.
Yeah.
In the distance, as like things have gotten a bit quieter and you guys are cleaning up, you just hear this distant chant. You hear, ooh, oh, ooh, oh, ooh, oh, just going down like this. Like it's far enough away that you didn't notice it until now, as you guys are like, you have this moment of calm, and you feel like it is like, it feels like kind of coming down from like a lower section of this. You can start to see that part of this corridor starts to move downward as you can see up ahead.
It sounds like someone is making the McLovins. Should we interrupt them?
I think we should, because I know I don't know much in my limited scope of reality, but those noises don't sound good.
Well, it depends on the context, but I suppose if you have a bunch of villagers captured by a bunch of greens, that would not bode well.
And he like kind of books it toward that direction.
Are you coming, Farmer John?
Well, I've come this far, and I don't want you to go in there alone, despite the fact you, I just stare at the staff. You don't seem to need my help much, but I got my own area of expertise.
I have my follies.
Yeah, I'm the strong one, and you're whatever you are.
I am a friend.
Yeah, your friend. Yeah, your friend. Your friend.
Friendlich.
Right. And I just start moving on. I have no idea what to say to this moment, but I'm like, well, friend, let us fry some bacon.
I don't eat.
And he immediately just, like, the little Farquaad jaw opens, and like those dragon lighters, just like a small flame bellows out as they go further down. I'm getting a lot of legroom out of this Farquaad stick. It's so
I know. This is the ultimate magic item. This is fucking Farquaad.
It's so powerful.
Farquaad Pez dispenser stick.
It hasn't even dispensed a Pez yet.
No.
Yeah, wait till that happens
Yes,
in the
That's
next
your that's the end of your hero's journey. You make the perfect Pez.
the perfect green Pez.
It doesn't
It
even
returns
taste
color
like
to your sight.
chalk. And it turns your mouth red. I mean, no!
So you guys continue down, I'm assuming, going down this corridor. This chanting starts to it starts to get louder, and after a while it starts to really just resonate against these walls. You can start to feel it, like, ironically, you both feel it in your bones. Like, it is like starting to go into you, and you just hear like this rhythmic kind of just chant going in. And as you start to go further into this lower section, you see this room that starts to open up. It is like this big round kind of dome, and there are these, from your perspective, green lanterns that are lit along the walls, and you can get a good view of what seems like this wicker kind of rounded dome, and you see villagers inside kind of stuck and trying to, like, they're like tightly pressed inside, as these orcs seem to be kneeling and giving these chants. And up above on top you see this very deformed looking goblin friend. This goblin somewhat reminds you of that goblin from like a long time ago. He is red in appearance compared to
That's
the
fucking
rest, and
horrific,
he has
yeah. Okay.
There's a red goblin. There's
What?
a red goblin.
actually, would he be red for Farmer John's perspective?
No, Farmer John has probably just been intimidated by me being stupid this whole time. He's like, he doesn't know the difference.
Well,
Yeah, so
Farmer
he's
John's
green.
just
Yeah.
Farmer John has chalked all this up to this is just how city folks are.
This goblin has like almost little horn protrusions coming out from his eyebrows. His eyes seem kind of sunken in. He seems slightly hunched. His arms are a bit more elongated for a goblin, and they seem very thin. And he seems to have like this little talisman that he seems to like lightly shift from side to side with the rhythm of the chant. And you see this like bluish glow start to twang out every time he like rises it up. And yeah, you guys step into this. You see about a total of like 20 of these orcs around here. What are you doing?
Farmer John, I know it is tantalizing, those motes of green on the walls. Do not use its power to free your people.
Sure, I was thinking of just punching that guy in the face. But I don't really dig the music
The
that
red
plays.
one. If you do so, I will be in your debt, and I will let you keep your green radish farm.
Thank you. I mighty appreciate that. I do like it.
Defeat the red demon.
Okay. And I just like step forward, and pitchfork wielded triumphantly. Hey, I don't dig. We don't. If you're going to play around here, you need to learn how to play the fiddle, boy. And I just chuck my pitchfork at him.
I love the idea of like the characters trying to come up with something on the spot and like himself. It's like
He's like, hey, I'm
You're not. You suck.
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you.
What is it that you're doing to him?
I'm going to toss my pitchfork at him since he seems to be the one behind all this.
Okay. Go for it. Give me a 2d6. No bonuses this time.
Oh. Come on. 7, partial success.
Partial success. Okay. So there is this moment where you toss this pitchfork at him. It flies out. In this moment, while he's like moving this side to side, he finally opens his eyes as he hears this like going forward ahead of him. He notices it and he tries to like defend himself. And in the end, there is this quick moment where the pitchfork hits the talisman instead of him, and it like flies out of his hand, and you hear like a crack, and you see this shock on his face as the talisman goes flying back and it falls in between the chanters. There is a silence in the chant as they all look towards this. What are you doing, friend?
Is that me? Yeah, okay. So I hold up the Farquad rod and I start like swinging it around. Like,
I need you to take the form of the green power, but in my will.
and he like throws down the Farquad and he gets like a propane torch essentially. So a blue,
Oh shit!
I essentially want to cast like wall of flame, but it's all blue fire. So it's going to like surround them.
Who is it surrounding?
I'm gonna try and hit like the chanters because they're green.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Woo! Okay, yeah. Fuck you, Google. 6 and a 4, so that's just a flat 10, which is an absolute success.
Yeah, there is this quick moment where this flame goes out. It sparks out. They are all looking at this talisman that is dropped, and it goes from the ones furthest to the ones closest to the talisman, where it just goes like a quick flame bursts out. These orcs get like absorbed up into this flame, and literally this goblin watches as everything goes up in smoke, and they fucking just blast up and are reduced to this like ash. Just as they're like they fall back, there's like this burst from between their bodies, and they're just split apart. And this talisman crackles out and bursts. You watch this blue energy like flow out, and you see the goblin just like watch as this talisman so slowly, like these ashes that are around it, start to swirl up and get sucked into this blue energy as it takes this like intake for like a moment. There is a brief second of silence, and it goes as this fucking you watch this blue kind of skeletal frame start to like slowly twist out from the area where the talisman was, as it starts to like careen and move over, and you hear the goblin say, no, he's not finished, he wishes for flesh. And you watch as this big skeleton thing just grabs over towards the goblin, and you see this blue energy just start to twist into him, and you watch him just burst out and start to get consumed onto this, and you see like a small layer of flesh grow onto its hand. Its little lit torch eyes start to shift over, and it looks to the rest of you. It is like this 20-foot tall kind of figure that is just leaning and leering forward. You watch its like little legs barely managing to have it like move, but it begins to crawl towards you. What would you like to do?
We've gone full Attack on Titans. Yeah. Jeez.
Like my vision like flashes back to after I have died and been reborn. So I'm like this bony skeletal lich, and I'm looking at my mother with a delicious bowl of red spinach before me. She's being consumed by green fire as my village entirely is consumed. And then I flash back to this guy who like reminds me of that situation. He like clenches his head. He's like, "Mother, feed me spinach."
Father John just still does not know what's going on.
You hear these shrieks from the villagers that are kind of close by. I'd say he's like a good 20 feet from them. You guys are like a good 30 feet from it. It is like slowly, it is kind of like taking notice of its surroundings as it's looking around, and you hear these like little bunched up villagers freaking out inside of this like little wicker holding pen that they're in.
Sorry
no.
to cut in again.
Yeah.
But what does this thing look like? It's like 20 feet tall. Is it like small? Like
It is
its limbs are vestigial?
It's like
Like a big baby?
you know that boss in Dark Souls 3, the skeleton with the fucking gold and everything on it?
Yo, that
Yes.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of like that, missing all the ornaments and everything. It's like a big careening skeleton.
Okay.
It has like these very noticeable like canines, but it has this blue glow about it, and it has
Okay, so
these
it's
like
blue.
torch-like
Yeah.
eyes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just prepare a defense. Like I'm going through some shit right now. Farmer John, you look over, a skeleton looks shocked.
I've seen officially more skeletons in my life than I'd ever like to in one whole day. Daggum. But yeah, Father John realizing he has to do something to save the villagers, he's just like, well, I guess I'm going to have to go use my full power on you. And
He's going super serious.
I unbutton my coveralls, throw them back, and reveal my secret coverall pockets. It turns out I had one of the coats of many pockets where I rip off a pocket and a new item shows up. That's been the story the whole time.
All right.
That makes so much more fucking sense.
What's the Bible guy? His fucking coat of many colors.
Joseph.
Yeah.
Oh,
Joseph- His coat of many weapons to kill you with.
Yeah. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna rip off this big center patch in the center of my chest and throw it down, and emerging from the past is a John Deere tractor.
Oh my god.
All right, yeah. This tractor fucking bursts out. It's like a fucking like a capsule corp kind of thing, where it just this smoke blasts out, and this skeletal creature seems confused as it sees this John Deere tractor now in between you and it. What would you like to do? Like what would both of you like to do?
I pull out my custom John Deere tractor with a front load. It has a front loader. It has a backhoe. It has a plow on the back of it. I get on it. I aim the front loader forks at it, and I just charge forward.
So
Going a full
2d6
15
plus
miles an hour. Just get out of here, you daggum skeleton! Not you, friend.
Give me 2d6 plus 2 as you have the power of a tractor on your side.
I want to say that I'm like still going through shit.
Yeah, okay.
Deal with this, yeah.
8.
8. Okay. 8 is a partial success, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, as a person.
Yeah, okay.
Right, one
So-
above it.
This tractor slams into the skeleton. It kind of starts to careen over you slightly, like you feel like the rib cage like bump over the top where you're sitting, and but you can feel like its lower legs, like the parts below the femur, just get ground up like underneath the wheels that it's like getting twisted into, and it can't make a scream. It has no like vocal cords or anything, but you see its head like rock back like if it's letting out a shout, and you just hear like this clanking noise of the bones like hitting on the top, and it's slowly getting pushed back. The villagers inside are like, some of them while still in fear, somebody else is like, yeah, you're done, John. Yeah.
Get him! Get him!
Hell yeah, brother!
Is there anything that friend would like to do as they're watching? They see John in the distance. There are these cheers for John, but you see this skeleton still like being able to slightly push back on this tractor.
Okay, so I think, yeah, cinematically, he's like flying through his head. So much shit is going on. He's like addressing everything through his childhood and his past lives. Like seeing his mother feed him all these delicious foods, and he can't remember if they're green or red because he doesn't know when he was alive. It's been so long. He's seen so many things burned and consumed with green. And then just, I want to say, as we're cutting back to Farmer John, we slowly pan in on 2 roughly green like DVD sets, and it fades out. And this is like where his eyes flash. So he basically is paralyzed for this round.
Okay, yeah. I'll take that. As this is happening, John, you start to feel this skeleton still trying to push back. You feel it like trying to grab at the undercarriage of this tractor, and it's basically now its legs are reduced to it kind of standing on its knees, but it still has enough force that it is beginning to try to fight back. Give me 2d6 to attempt to maneuver your way and keep moving it forward. This is +2.
Oh, sick. That's a 10. So I like to imagine I just full on Dominic Toretto start shifting gears at
it's you start shifting gears on it as it's attempting to twist this tractor. You feel it kind of slide, and it does like this shift left and right. You kind of are successful as you like do a hard turn, and you feel the skeleton twist to the side. One of its femurs snaps under the wheel, and it is fallen on its back. A hard thud goes out, and you feel like this quick blast of dust come off of this thing as it starts going your way. You see this skeleton like leer back, but it's still starting to get back up.
Okay.
Is there anything that you'd like to do?
he looks at like Farmer John, tears in his eyes if he could have them. He's just like,
It's never easy, is it? Being green.
and he slams his fucking staff down. It spews out this incredible amount of smoke. I want to just go all out, like borderline character death, but he summons to John two red avatars, but to himself they look green because his memory's all fucked up. One is a giant red Shrek, and one is a giant red Kermit. He's summoned like Kermit the Frog and Shrek on either side of him, like his fucking stando, and he is going to like throw them both full force to try and beat this skeleton.
You feel this immense energy pour out of you. You're like almost brought to your knees, like you're kind of buckling slightly as you feel you feel Farquaad like being your support, and you hear like the comforting voice of Shrek before you. You hear like this slow murmur of "Get out of my swamp," and you hear this Kermit voice go, "I'm gonna fuck you up." You watch them start motioning forward. I would like you to roll 2d6 + 2 as Kermit and Shrek work together to finish off the skeleton.
I'd like Farmer John to pull out his banjo and just sing a old folk song inspiration.
That is
Standing here, I realize you were just like me,
You were
trying
just
to
like
make
me.
history.
History.
Who's to judge?
with that +2, I barely got a 7.
A 7? Oh,
Yeah, just barely.
So the skeleton is like still protecting itself. You see it like put up its bones as like a guard. The fucking the forearms of it start to get cracked as Shrek like starts to just ape slam down. Like he does this heavy thud, and Kermit's giving these little slaps, and he's like, "Yeah, take it, bitch. Yeah." he's like smacking it while it's distracted and laying on its back. Farmer John, you have a clear sight with it on your tractor. What would you like to do?
I just shifting gears. I turn on and do a full-on Akira drift, but it's very slow and not too fast.
Like the Zamboni and Deadpool.
yeah. That. But then I just full-on pull the lever, drop the plow onto the ground, and be like ashes to ashes, dust to dust, and I just kicked the tractor in full gear, and I'd like to just like drag the plow over its skull.
You're still playing on this banjo. The villagers are singing fucking Metal Gear Rising. Give me 2d6 + 2 as you feel the inspiration flowing through you.
Yeah. You were just like me, trying to make history, but who's to judge? Okay, I'm glad you gave me the +2. It's an 8 again.
It's an 8. Okay, partial success. You feel this heavy slam go against it. It gets pushed against a pillar. It's still trying to fight back. You watch the skeleton smack against Kermit, and he goes, "Oh!" And he kind of like slides back. Kermit does like this forearm block, and he kind of like slides back 5 feet, and like there's like a kid inside of the cage, and they're like, "Don't give up, Kermit!"
The kid like has like a signed DVD of the Muppets movie.
That's the last item that he had with him. This skeleton is like getting slammed up against the wall. It is going to attempt to fight against Shrek. I'd like you to roll 2d6.
I can do that. Shrek is facing danger. 5 + 3, that's 5, 6, 7, 8. Fuck yeah. Partial success. Shrek's
All right.
Just like cutting back to this black, like, ebony laid skeleton. Like his face is cracking apart as he's using this Farquaad that's like screaming.
This energy is tearing him apart. Farquaad is like letting out this shout. He's going, "Ah!" it's like
that video of the cowboy like over the mountains. He's like screaming.
Fucking, it starts like blaring out. Your face is starting to crack. You feel this energy flowing through Shrek. It's still not completely enough, but you see Shrek like grab one of the pinky fingers and the thumb, and he just like twists them off, and you hear this crack come off as he like he fucking like you see like one of the fingers start to bore into Shrek, but it's not strong enough to completely pierce into his flesh, and you hear him go, "I have layers," and he just like slaps the he slaps the hand away
from part of his face, and there's another eye behind it.
Farmer John, you are still pressing against this thing against the column. What would you like to do?
Okay. I'm gonna try and rev my tractor one more time, just pulling the Mad Max Fury Road thing where he spit gas into the engine. But it's just a Miller Lite as I just shotgun just
it's like there's like jars of moonshine lining the back like nitrous.
Oh, that's even better. I wish that's good. Oh heck yeah, 9 base.
Ooh.
9, okay. So partial success. There is
yeah, if I got any bonuses, yeah, that'd be more, but yeah.
Sure, I'll give you a +2.
11.
Because
11.
This is, you have him on his last legs, like literally. Shrek, it like tore his fingers apart. It still like seems to rock back as if it's screaming. It has no voice, but it is like every time damage is done to it, it seems to recoil, and you see like the lights flicker as if it's like closing its eyes, and all of a sudden you rev it back up, you slam straight into him, and you get like this heavy thud as there's like this moment where when Shrek ripped the fingers off, it kind of loses balance. It is like the rib cage hits the side of the floor, and you just slam straight into the column with him. The rib cage shatters. You see the light burst out of its eyes, and there is this kind of quick poof, as there's like this mist that erupts out of it, and you see the bones just at first just kind of thud to the ground and give a bit of a rattle, and then these blue little bones start to dissipate into dust and start to fill the room and expand out. You have defeated the skeleton.
That is awesome. I pull my tractor next to friend and jump down to him to see how he's doing.
He's got like, you slowly see it looks like fucking titans, like this giant Kermit and this giant Shrek slowly walk over to him and kneel, and they like vanish in a puff of steam. And he looks up, like his skull is completely broken. It looks like some of his bones are cracked, like whatever's covered in obsidian or ebony or like gold is damaged. And he looks up at you.
Friend, you gonna be all right there? You need some milk or something?
I don't faced my gremlins before.
Oh, we just got the stakes get raised. Hang on.
Fuck, yeah. No,
The
that's
stakes get
perfect timing.
raised.
Well, technically, the $5 are random, but you want to do it. It don't matter. I still
Should I
have to
roll
do
a
it.
d12 then, or?
Yeah, no, roll a d12. We'll go with that. Thank you very
Okay,
much,
okay.
Azathoth, for your donations and your input throughout this whole game.
Oh yeah.
It's actually been really awesome.
Okay, I got a 6 here.
I mean, everyone.
The party gains a tool.
Okay.
Hold on. I gotta
Amongst
invite
all of
Val.
this, as these, I'm very sorry, but that 5 is only for the random. You start to see as these lights flicker out and the skull like dims, there is this little like crystal that seems to drop down from the inside of the skull, and you see it kind of start to flicker various lights coming off of it. It has like this pulsating shift as it just gleams. It looks like a little diamond. And in this moment, you start to hear your greenometer. It goes boop, 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 in the direction towards that diamond.
Take me to the diamond.
And he like tries to stand up on his Farquaad rod, and it's like, don't do that, and I like fall over.
All right. I catch you and I just kind of throw you, piggyback ride you over there.
I'm like dragging like 4 feet of my body behind you.
I'm doing my best.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, no, I just full on bridal carry you just in front of all of my villagers that are just like still imprisoned. They're just watching this like,
Never
But I can
before
carry you.
has
There's
this
like-
robe
there's like-
felt more like a dress.
And he looks at you like longingly for like 2 seconds.
I'm married to my
villagers
farm,
are like-
but thank you.
Some of them are like clapping. There's like some that are like you see tears in some of their eyes, and they're like, yeah.
There's that one kid
They're
holding
watching
his,
you.
like, Kermit DVD close to his heart, weeping.
He's just like holding it so tight. He's like, ah! And, you're able to get closer towards this diamond. What would you like to do with it?
Well, I think Azathoth added a little bit. I think the skeleton reveals a secret. If you want to,
Yeah, whispers a secret.
Yeah, I will.
Oh.
Pick up this little diamond in my bony hands, and I will search it for power, I guess.
You start to see as the diamond comes closer, and you see as the greenometer, there is this moment where it starts freaking out and it goes boop, 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 and it just kind of gives this quick and you hear the beeping stop
I think
as you hold this in this brief moment. The diamond seems to merge as it comes close. It seems to float out of your hand, and there's like a little slot at the tip of this at this greenometer, and it slides inside. And as it starts to like dissipate, and you feel like energy start to leave you, as your phylactery is like slowly setting down,
Oh.
you take like these quick blinks and you look at the torchlight around you, and it feels like the world has changed as you see this green start to shift back into red, and you see like the green that might have been on you shift into red again as you start to
And what
just
about
to
the red?
feel more and more tired
Oh. Is the red
and start to slump over his
Is
back.
green gone? Is green leaving?
The green is leaving, and again you can see red.
I am at peace.
And you start
That's
to
good, buddy.
feel- You start to feel a lightness from your back, as much like the skeleton before, there is dust sprinkling off of a friend here, as he seems to just peacefully rest upon your back, and slowly dissipate as well.
I'm dying, John.
Wait, what? Well, I thought you were already dead, but
It's
don't
a
go.
complicated technicality. You said you don't know magic. I'm not going to explain it now. I'm actually.
Okay, that's fair.
It was a pleasure, John.
Hey, come on, don't go. I like you. We got a cool thing going here. Of
I don't really think I have a choice, and I'm not very passionate about staying now that I've solved all my problems.
Oh, that's heavy, but I think I get it.
His last
Still here.
words.
No, he's still here.
As he-
Are you going to free your people?
Yeah, I'm going to. I'm going to get him out of here. That's what I came here for.
I would like to see the color of the sun before I go.
And like 25% more of him goes away.
Yeah, he's slowly like just breaking. You're able to.
It's like very.
So you're able to,
deliberate
like, open-
shifts of just massive shit falls on.
It's just like.
So, recreating the end of the final scene from Blade 2. I carry you out of the cave into the sunlight.
And from the Black Panther. And he just
Oh, yeah.
he looks out and he sees all the green and the trees and the plants and the beauty of nature. He just goes,
You see a sunrise.
Fuck.
and just into the beautiful green forest. Particles of his own face.
And that's where we're gonna end here.
We're done. All right, fuck this game. We beat it. That was
It
fun.
just trails off to like to me looking into sunrise, and just like your silhouette appears in the sky with just like the impact font text saying "Get her done."
Get her done.
I'm surprised I pulled that out of my ass.
That was great.
We all pulled that out of your ass.
I put literally it's like, what do I want to play? Small town farmer, cool. And I made John. So I mean,
Oh, yeah. Honestly, Mario, I might throw some bones your way if you can. Like, I want to commission you just with this like ebony golden skeleton and his two
Oh.
stands. Make him green.
Yeah, all right,
Fucking
I
great.
could do that. Yeah, that'd be sick.
Such an interesting fucking character, but not at all either. He's just,
Like it's a silly character, but honestly, I like the stupid bullshit with it. It's just I mean, he has a neat design, like
I think
the
so, yeah,
idea
it
of him, and
came out of my
fucking-
ass too.
Yeah.
I loved the John Deere tractor. It's my favorite part of the game. It's such a good addition. And then, like, you gave me all those juxtapositions of, yeah, a big, like, JoJo and also a tractor. Just a green John Deere tractor. It's amazing.
no, I like that about John. I liked him just being, he used really simple stuff effectively. And I was trying to think of some old timey thing. I couldn't think anything that really makes sense. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. We have fun with this anyway. So I'm just going to pull a John Deere. I don't know.
John Deere tractor. Boom.
And yeah. And the John Deere's being green, I thought that'd be a fun thing to possibly come up as well.
That's good. Yeah.
He died as he lived, the skeleton.
A guy who was mostly already dead. Well, that was weirdly super fun. Like,
No,
I
it was
said
fun.
already. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Azathoth, for donating. You didn't have to do that. Never feel obligated, but it's always appreciated. And, you know, it's fun to have other people affect the game. I think we're going to close out today. And hopefully, next week, probably not, but maybe we'll play Risen Mountains, right?
yeah, I'm hoping to continue that.
Yeah,
But,
that'll
you
be
know.
cool. All right.
I'm so excited to join the game.
Right? Yeah, no, it's been too long. I didn't want to wait for like a month. But yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. I definitely thank you guys for hanging out on this beautiful Sunday. And
Oh yeah.
let's slap down the ending animation and move on with our lives.
Hell yeah.
Yay. Night, everybody. Thank you.